reckon you're here to hear that specific tale. This is the Little Kingdom, a tiny land of elves and fairies. Everywhere you go, there would be rustling people all around. As you can see, there's the little forest, the brambled woods, Mrs. Witch's house, the royal golf course, the little castle, Gaston's cave, Elf Windmill, the great elf tree, Frog Pond, the pine forest, Elf Farm, and Elf Oak Wood. Together they make up what the Little Kingdom is and still is to this day. I bet you haven't been here ever since your last visit. Well, last time they were on that Christmas adventure, but it's been years now since past, but they've remained the same. Speaking of that, let's see if stuff still remains the same to this day. As we take our little journey right down to the one and only place, the little castle.
Yeah, just cut to the movie, alright? Deep in this little world we call the Little Kingdom, it's an enchanted place, filled with elves and fairies. And the world is really small, filled with lots of possibilities. And there's the little castle, the biggest part of the Little Kingdom. It still stands tall to this day, even though the show got cancelled a few years ago. And hey, Gaston the Lurdy Bird is going to his home instead. And here in the Little Kingdom, it's not that, worrying when you think about it. In fact, it's very intriguing. Here in the little castle. Speaking of it, let's see what the royal family is doing here today. No, Gaston. Bad boy. Why do you have to always slobber me? Out the house now. Sorry, why? Yeah, it's more going crazy here in the Little Kingdom. Well, at least we're all ready. We sure are. A good bargain free. I've heard there's a county fair happening in a few days. Oh, that's wonderful, Your Majesty. I'll be right back with some of the supper. Daddy, what's the big bargain? Something that, it's a big county fair, Holly. It's one of those world fairs that usually happen every year. Yes, Daddy says it is very important for us to go. It's a big opportunity for us. Why is that? Well, because, only the wise old elf knows. If Ben can come over, maybe he could tell you. Oh, that would be amazing. I was hoping Ben was gonna come. Well, great. I think it's too early now. You know, dear, I've been wondering if we were still gonna get those fees. Oh, the bargain fees? Well, I have been setting up my cakes to be baked, and whoa. I didn't say to bake cakes. You didn't say to bake cakes? I didn't mean literally. But what I do mean is to spend time with my family. Yes, Your Majesty. Oh, yes, I also remembered. My little niece, Pomegranate, is gonna come over in just 3 days to spend time in the Little Kingdom. Oh, that's very sweet. Well, let's hope the little girl won't cause any trouble. Yeah, right. Did you hear that, guys? We're also gonna get new friends at the bargain bee. Yay! Alright, it's time to settle down now. I think it's some time for good education now. Come on, everyone, to the living room. In a second. Yeah, darling. There's just one problem. Well, what is it? Well, the thing is, I'm not very used to, well, new people coming in the little kingdom. And what do you mean by that? Haven't you noticed that the only people who are in the little kingdom right now, well, other than, gnomes and, creatures or animals, are just elves and fairies? Of course. What's the worst that can happen? Well, I have heard from another kingdom, not so far from here, but more bigger, that our world may die someday. What? Well, according to plans of the news, they did say that some people are trying to, well, get rid of our land. Get rid of our land? Who would ever say that? Well, from people from the kingdom of Big. You see, there's this king and his two daughters, and they were planning a visit. They said to be relatives. Oh, you're silly, dear. I guess I am. Relatives. Who ever heard of relatives?